All right. So, yeah, just, excited today to announce the newest member of our coaching staff, Ernie Ziegler. When we had the opening on our staff, we had an extensive search, and I talked to probably 20 different guys from around the country. There was a lot of interest in this position. For me, Ernie checks all the boxes of what we were looking for, specifically, a guy that has a proven track record on the recruiting trail, built several top 10 recruiting classes, probably most notably the runner-up team in the NCAA tournament that lost to Florida back in '06. Did a great job recruiting at really every stop that he's had, including his last stint at Mississippi State. Obviously being a head coach, sitting in my chair was also very attractive to me. Somebody that's been there in the heat of the moment, built teams, built game plans, proven in the player development category as well. So, when you go around and you make calls and you do different things as far as background check and talking to multiple people, there wasn't one person that I found that said one negative thing about Ernie. He's a very well-respected person in this business, and he's going to bring a lot of experience to our team. So, just could not be more excited about the addition of Ernie, and he's going to fit in very well with the group that we have.
How early did Ernie's name surface on your radar? Was it something you had your eye on for a while, or did you recently pop up?
Yeah, it came up pretty quickly, and he was aggressive in reaching out early, which I certainly appreciated. And, obviously the experience that he's had and the different people that he has worked for that I have a great deal of respect for, I talked to them on multiple occasions. So, again, even, the coaching candidates that reached out to me, a number of them reached out after the news broke a couple days ago that Ernie was the guy, and just, explained to me how great of a hire that was. And that doesn't happen very often, when you miss out on an opportunity to join the staff. For them to continue to reach out, a couple of them said that he was a mentor to them in this business as well. So, again, just everything I was looking for, Ernie checked every box.
You kind of talked about it, but if you could expound on just how much it means to have an assistant who has sat in that head coach's seat before.
It's important. I mean, most of those guys think it's easy, and they sit there and they give you every recommendation, but until you've actually sat in that chair, you just have that experience of making those split-second decisions in the heat of the moment. It's hard. I've got a couple guys that have filled that now with Nate. Being a head coach of the Windy City Bulls, the inaugural season of the G League affiliate with the Bulls when we were in Chicago, and now Ernie with 6 years of experience at Central Michigan. And then, again, just the different people that he's worked with. He's got a lot of different things that he can bring to the table as far as philosophy. Talk about his experience of, I talk about what his strength is, offense, defense, and they said really he can do it all. So again, another, thing that was very attractive about Ernie as a potential hire.
When you called around and asked about his recruiting track record, what did people tell you about why he's been successful?
Yeah, you always talk about, where they're based, where they've gotten, the majority of the players. And, with Ernie, he obviously, growing up in Detroit, he's very connected in the Midwest, but also just all the different places he's been. He's been on the East Coast at Pitt. He's been, obviously in the West Coast and Southern California with UCLA, and now an area that's coming into our league with the addition of USC and UCLA. Texas is an area that he is very connected in as well. So, internationally, Alfred Aboya, who's one of the best players on his UCLA teams, has a lot of connections right now with NBA Africa, where he's running that program. So, just everywhere. He, from a recruiting standpoint, to be able to get the caliber of player that we're looking for and that we need, he's not just connected in one area. It's not only in the U.S., but globally as well. Yeah, I did. I talked to Ben a couple different times and just absolutely raved about him. Obviously, when you go to different places and you continue to bring the guy with you, there's good feelings there. With Ben's track record with what he's accomplished, to talk about Ernie, being the guy that was a huge part of their success, certainly resonated very well with me. And, he's, again, when you played in the Final Four, you're looking for guys, not only with our players, with our roster now of having players that have played in the postseason and have had success winning conference championships, playing in the NCAA tournament. There's nothing more powerful than playing for a national championship and playing in that championship game, which he had a huge part in that with game planning, with the players who are on that roster. So again, proven track record, a proven winner.
I think I've read that he's worked primarily with front court players. I know Coach Howard also works with front court players. Do you know how the on-court practice responsibilities are divvied up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we haven't had our team on campus. Yesterday was Ernie's first day with us, but listen, he's worked with everybody. His son was a heck of a player that was a guard, so he certainly has plenty of experience in the backcourt as well. But I feel really good about where we are from a player development standpoint. I'm very involved with that as well. So from an overall staff standpoint, I feel really good about player development right now. Thank you, guys.
Well, good afternoon. Just really excited about having the opportunity to be a part of Nebraska basketball and the Nebraska tradition. Athletically, I've had over the years have really followed it. Probably just as a fan of Nebraska athletics. Back to the Tom Osborne days and what have you in football, and even when Danny Nee. I value myself as a sports fanatic, and so have an opportunity now to come back and. After coaching, as a head coach against some Nebraska teams, as assistant coach when I was at K-State or what have you, and then now, it's almost surreal, just having an opportunity to be, on this side of it from and helping Nebraska basketball be successful. So my family and I are really excited having this opportunity to that Fred has bestowed upon me, and having an opportunity to work with Nate and Adam and Luca and Matt and the rest of our staff. So I'm just really excited to get after it and get ready to put ourselves in position to have help Fred be successful and help our program be successful and take that next step.
Coach Hoiberg said that you were aggressive in reaching out to him about the job. What was it that drew you to the Nebraska job?
Well, I think those things I just stated, and Fred Hoiberg. We all in this business, when you're blessed to be in it, as long as I have, you do your due diligence and you have a lot of relationships, and everyone I spoke to said, hey, Fred is a great offensive-minded coach, and probably more importantly, he's a great person. And those are the people you want to be with. And I've been blessed, to work for guys like Ben Howland and Tom Asbury, Ray McCallum, and what have you. And it's, the common denominator is great people have great success. And that's why I wanted to be here and have the opportunity to help Fred Hoiberg do just that, have great success.
How much did getting back into Big Ten territory, or the Midwest at least, appeal to you?
Oh, you're right. I've been, across the water coaching in the beginning, and to come back full circle and be back in a region where it's home, and have an opportunity to now, for me personally, that now I've almost touched on all 5 Power 5 conferences. And so the Big Ten, growing up in Big Ten country, the Big Ten has always been, in my mind, the best Power 5 conference. So having that opportunity now is, just another blessing, and just looking forward to rolling my sleeves up and getting after it.
What was your reaction as you got here and kind of saw the facilities and just, the surroundings of where you're going to be at?
Blown away. The last time I was here, which was as a head coach at Central, and we played here in a non-conference game. It was December of 2011, and we played here in this building, the Devaney Center. And so, coming back and just seeing, how the facilities and the resources, this is one of the top situations in the country, and having this opportunity to help the program take this next step is, just extremely excited about it.
Fred mentioned that he values your experience as a head coach. What did you learn about that Central Michigan experience? What do you think that you learned from it that can help you with this job?
Well, I think, the first thing is understanding it's about one thing, making sure your head coach is successful. And I think a lot of times as assistants, young assistants, old assistants, guys, you get caught up into what you think versus what's best for him. And I know, being able to be that bridge for that and understanding that and knowing that, it's about staff chemistry. It's about we and not us, and understanding, when to interject ideas, and then having a thick enough skin to know that when the head coach says, no, I'm not doing that, hey, you keep your head on the, or keep your head up straight, and you keep battling, and you keep trying to help the program win and be successful, and helping our players daily. That's the big thing, helping our guys get better every day, because they get better incrementally every day. It puts Coach Hoiberg in a position to put them in the positions to be successful.
What do you think Fred needs from this staff, from you guys, to your point there, to help him be successful, help the program be successful?
Just working together and being together and helping our guys get better every day. I think, having that cohesiveness, quite obviously, Adam just came on a few months ago. Nate's the senior guy on the staff in terms of how things are done and what Fred likes, because he's been around them the longest. And for me, it's just about being a sponge and learning those things, but also being able to give the experiences I've had to help us get our players better. Because the bottom line is if our players take this next step, our program will take this next step. And that's our job, is to get them to strive towards their ultimate levels of success daily.
Are you familiar with any of the guys on the roster through recruiting them or anything like that? And what's your initial impression as you were kind of looking it over?
I think we got to. I'm really when I came in a few weeks ago initially, and was here and got a chance to watch a workout, and I had seen Derek Walker a few years back when he was at Tennessee, when I was at Mississippi State, and he's really grown as a player. I think he's going to be a very valuable asset and leader to this team with his experience and savvy. Juwan Gary, coached against him here a few years, past few years, and while he was at Alabama, and he's just a junkyard dog, a winner. And then watching. I've seen the kid from SMU a few times as well. So I just think we have some pieces, to put ourselves in position to compete at the top of our conference, and that's going to be our goal. I know we're going to go in and we're going to strap it up and put ourselves in position to take that next step.
With recruiting, obviously recruiting to UCLA is one thing, but recruiting to a place like Nebraska that doesn't have that success on the court, what's kind of your pitch to selling this program going forward?
I think the number one thing is our head coach, is Fred Hoiberg. Special people make places special. And I think Fred Hoiberg is a special person. And so, selling him and then selling our brand here at Nebraska and the facilities, and, once you get them here and they see this, with the combination of Coach Hoiberg, it's going to be a win-win.
When you're selling Fred, what are you selling? How do you sell Fred?
Wow, that's an easy one. With him, he's an NBA guy. The different people I've talked to, and they talk about, the best offensive minds in the business. He's one of them. So, for a young guy that at this level, guys that want to play, they aspire to be an NBA, and he's been there, done that. So, that's the thing. And then from there, it's like, now you're working with the guy every day that's pushing you to reach your ultimate level of success, but not in a demeaning way. And that's, in this culture of kids, I've, been in there long enough to see it go from, where, hey, when the coach said this, that was it, versus now it's why. And, you have to be on understand and adapt to that. And I think Fred Hoiberg is one of the best coaches in the business to be able to help guys reach their full potential.
What have the last few months been like for you since the Mississippi State thing shook out? How have you looked at other jobs? Did you take some time away? What did you do in the initial fallout there?
For me, You know, it was a blessing in disguise because I had some issues in my family. My daughter was dealing with some things, and she lives in Texas. So my wife and I were able to go and be with her a little bit. But at the same time, you know, I was able to talk to a few different coaches about different situations. But, you know, I'm a Christian man, and I'm a firm believer that, you know, it's not on our time, it's on His time. And, you know, as I went through that, you know, God was leading me to this situation, and obviously this situation didn't open up till mid-July, which isn't the ideal time for any coach to be making and dealing with staff changes. But you know, here I am, and I'm just blessed to have the opportunity.
Your son is just up the road from a Coach Mack at Creighton. What are family get-togethers going to be like now that you guys are rivals?
Oh, wow. You know, it's funny. My wife and I, we drove in and stayed the night with him in his apartment Monday night. And, you know, for the first time in his career, I'm going to have to go against him and not root for him and try to kick his butt. So that's going to be the plan. He's going to have to take that L.
Anything else for Coach Ziegler? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.